So, I want to hop on really quick today, right before lunchtime, just to talk to you all about the holidays because they're upon us, right? Like they are right in front of us. And so we are looking at October. We know the beginning of October starts the hustle and bustle from Halloween to Thanksgiving and Christmas and everything else in between that we have to add to our to-do list. So I wanted to give you some top tips on how to decrease your feeling of overwhelm now before we really get into the meat of the holidays. And so let me go ahead and introduce myself before I go any further. My name is Sarah Thomas, and I am a health and fitness coach, a fitness instructor, a personal trainer, and a nutrition coach. And so I'm excited to be here to share some of my top tips because, let's just be honest. The holidays can be super duper stressful. They can be stressful, they can be overwhelming, and it is the most wonderful time of year. But so often, the most wonderful time of year leaves us feeling the worst. It's really not the most wonderful time of year for how we feel emotionally, how we feel health and fitness wise, because there's so much else on our to-do list. And so before the shopping, the crowds, the endless parties, and the diet busting treats start, I'm going to give you my top tips for really feeling a little bit more at ease and feel like you can actually enjoy the holiday season this year. And so this first tip that I'm going to give you today is my favorite and probably the most important of all of them. They're all important, but this one actually sets you up for success, like this very first thing you need to do. And that is just to create your ideal holiday. And so this is something that you're going to do in your head, brainstorm. Maybe you're a person that likes to see things on paper and you need to visualize it. And if that's you, pull out a piece of paper, open an app, type it up, whatever, but create your ideal holiday in your head. So if everything could fall into place, if everything could go as planned, what would it look like for you? Would it be a holiday spent at home? All your kids are getting along, there's no arguments. What does it look like for you, that ideal holiday? So you're going to create this ideal holiday in your head, and then you're going to stick to it. And so make sure that you are creating a situation where you're not going to feel overwhelmed and stressed. So a lot of times during the holidays, we are asked to go to this party, to this gathering. Your kids have extra things to do during the holidays. So if that stresses you out, then decide now, as you're brainstorming your ideal holiday, what is that going to look like? Are you going to have to say no? And so as you create your ideal holiday, you're going to decide what is important, what is most beneficial for you to do during the holidays, and what can you say no to? What can you, in your ideal holiday, politely say thanks, but no thanks, because you're going to stay de-stressed this year. So create that ideal holiday, do less and enjoy more. That's the goal as we think about our ideal holiday and what that means for us and our family. And so if you're married and have children, you may want to do this with your spouse. You guys need to be on the same page as far as what you feel is your ideal holiday. And so you may want to brainstorm this together so that you, as you approach the holidays, are on the same page as far as what is most important. So that's your first tip. Your second tip is to shop now. Shop now. I know that it seems kind of early, but start again. Maybe brainstorm, make a list of things that you're going to get, people you're going to shop for, and start doing it now. Maybe that's online shopping, maybe that's going out, but start doing a little bit at a time so that come December, come Black Friday, you are not in a mad rush and in total chaos when you do have those extra parties and the extra things happening with your kids. Your shopping can be done, or at least halfway done, right? And so I read something recently that said during the holiday season, the average American spends 60 extra hours shopping. 60 hours. So if you think about the month of December and adding 60 hours to your plate, I don't know about you, but that stresses me out just thinking about it. 60 hours is a lot of time to spend on extras because you still have to work. You still have to maintain the house and the kids and everything else. Then you're adding 60 hours to your plate. And so shop now. That is one of the best tips that I can give you as far as the things that have to be done, but don't have to be done on Black Friday. The deals, okay, sometimes they're good, but they're not that great. So do it a little bit at a time. And sometimes that actually helps you budget as well so that you don't have this huge financial strain come December. Your next tip is to stay healthy. And I know some of you are like, I know. I need to stay healthy, but X, Y, and Z, excuse. And they're there, right? Because again, 60 extra hours, holidays, those are diet busting treats that you're adding to your list. But if you can get the sleep in, 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, at least the majority of the nights, getting your sleep in, eating healthy when you can. There will always be exceptions when you have those invitations to go to those parties, to those gatherings, when you're going to eat extra calories. Maybe you're going to drink more calories. But if you stay true to eating and sleeping consistently and using your gatherings as exceptions, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to be able to fight off all the illnesses that are running around that time of year because ain't nobody got time to be sick at Christmas, right? So try to stay healthy, eating and sleeping as top priorities as you move into the new year and you want to feel better and you don't want to feel like you're carrying on extra weight. So use the gatherings as the exception and not the rule this holiday season. The next tip goes along with staying healthy, and that is to exercise. And I realize, guys, I'm not an exception to this rule. I fit in exercise when I can, just like everybody else does. Even as a fitness professional, I have to find the time. I have to squeeze it in. And I know that exercise during the holidays can feel like it's the last thing that you want to fit in and that you can fit in. And it makes you feel even more stressed that you have to exercise. You're on time constraints. And so I do realize that it can be a struggle. But if we use some of those other tips I gave you before, as far as shopping early, creating your ideal holiday, you should be able to fit in 20 minutes. 20 minutes in the morning or in the evening to get that exercise in. And you guys, here's the deal. The deal simply is this, that when you exercise, it boosts your mood for up to 12 hours. So is 20 minutes worth feeling better and having a better attitude toward your family, your kids, your coworkers for 12 hours? 20 minutes gives you 12 hours of feeling better, plus you have burned some calories. And so fitting in the exercise throughout the holidays is really important. It is probably more important than, I hate to say this, but getting sleep. If you're going to get up 20 minutes early versus getting 8 hours, I would rather you get 7 hours of sleep and get up and do 20-minute workouts in the morning, and then move on with your day. You're going to feel so much better throughout your day. Okay, the last tip that I'm going to give you today is to just simply forget perfection. Perfection does not exist. We, for some reason, feel like we should be perfect, that we need to do everything perfectly, that we need to do it all. We need to be everywhere. Our kids have to have this Christmas outfit and Halloween outfit and have to look a certain way. But, it's just not, it's not the case. It doesn't have to be. Nobody thinks that you're perfect because you're not. And they don't want you to be perfect because perfection is scary. And nobody relates to perfection because I'm not perfect and you're not perfect. And so I can't relate to perfection because I know I have flaws. And if I feel like you don't have flaws, then I can't relate to you. And so perfection isn't relatable. Remember that. Remember that we are all on this road together. We are all going through this journey. side by side, and you don't have to be perfect. So just let it go. And I'm speaking from experience. I always feel like I need to do more and be more. I'm very type A. And I had to let it go years ago, and it is so freeing. Just know that it is freeing, and know that you're doing the best and you're being the best. And throughout the holiday season, your focus should be more on focus your energy on the people in your life, not the things. So focus on the people that you're surrounded by, people that you love, people that lift you up, those like-minded people, maybe they're family, maybe they're friends. Focus on them and not the things, and you will feel so much more happiness. So those are my tips for you for surviving the holidays, for decreasing the overwhelm before we get to the holiday season. And so what I want to offer you throughout fall is help. I'm going to offer you help for 21 days. And so here's the deal. I am offering support and accountability groups with health and fitness and all of these other things. Help with staying healthy, help with getting your shopping in, help with creating that ideal holiday, help with figuring out how to get dinner on the table every night, right? So I am offering really short groups, 21 days throughout October, November, and December. And really the point here is that, breaking it down to be shorter is a little bit more manageable as we move into all these days where we have more on our plate. And so I'm offering these groups for you to join me with little to no investment involved, and it will help you feel a little bit better about the holiday season. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you feel like you would love to have some support from another woman and from a group of women who are beside you, who are linking arms with you and who get it, then just simply leave your email below. I'll be reaching out to you to let you know what's involved. It's so simple. All you need to do is commit to 21 days of just feeling better. I have one group in October, I have a 21-day group in November, and I have one in December. You can commit to one, you can commit to all three. It doesn't matter to me. I'm offering them for you so that you can feel better moving into 2017, because that's what we want. We want less stress, more love, more health, and that's what we're all here for. So let's do it together. Leave your email address below if you want to join us. I have a few spots left for October, and moving into November and December, I have lists started as well. So get on that list and get into those groups as soon as you can, and let's decrease that overwhelm this holiday season. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon.